First time I ever know for a fact my dad was abusing my mom was on Easter Sunday. My parents were having a screaming fight at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. And my dad took her in the house and started beating her. Looking back, that was the first time it happened. Ask him, have you ever practiced spousal discipline, spousal corporal punishment?
If I actually did something wrong, then I would owe the public an explanation.
I don't have to talk about that, blah, blah, blah. So my dad isn't even denying these allegations himself.
You need to go to church and hear messages you didn't want to hear.
You know, the only thing that I didn't go into in that meeting was things that go on between me and my wife in my bedroom, okay?
And this is gross, and this is weird, and this is awkward to talk about, but hey, my dad wants to talk about this. He brought up this conversation on me.
You know, in his first video, it starts out of just him hearing things through the wall and making interpretations. You know, his little 8-year-old mind or 10-year-old mind or whatever, making interpretations over the course of several months and then coming to a conclusion with his other little children that he's talking to. Right?
So you're telling me that at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning, you're getting ready for church, you start having a screaming fight with your wife, and then you're like, let's go in the house and have kinky sex for 5 minutes, then go back outside and keep screaming at each other. That's absurd. That's bizarre. He knows we're not talking about his sex life. Nobody wants to talk about sex. And to my dad, nobody wants to know about your sex life, you weirdo.
I'm not going to sit here and embarrass my wife or myself or embarrass you, the viewer, if you're a normal person, by explaining to you the ins and outs of everything that goes on in my bedroom.
My dad wants to talk about this. He brought up this conversation on me.
You need to actually hear things that don't feel good.
My parents would constantly leave out sex toys.
That don't sound pleasant to the ears.
So as a little kid, I would find stuff. I found anal beads before.
That sting a little bit.
And there was a riding crop that was this thing that I can only imagine was used in bed. And
that tingle.
It is true that my dad is into BDSM and my dad is into punishment in the bedroom. It was never clear. I'm not 100% sure who's punishing who. It might be my dad getting whipped in the bedroom. Who knows?
With, authority.
It is none of anybody's business what goes on between me and my wife in our bedroom. We love each other. We have a great relationship. We like our relationship. And that's none of anybody else's business but our own, okay?
My wife and I sleep in separate bedrooms.
Woo!
And it isn't right. Just because I'm a pastor, it doesn't mean that people have the right to know everything that's going on between me and my wife behind the closed doors of our bedroom. It's inappropriate to discuss those things publicly, and I'm not going to, okay?
That my dad is into BDSM.
I know what kind of gay he is. He wants to be roughed up.
You know, and so this guy, he's got this YouTube channel called Dirty Donnie.
Wherever you are.